Your favorite chocolate bar got almost 50% more expensive last year, and you didn't notice. Not because you weren't paying attention, because the price hike was invisible. The price on the shelf? Almost the same. The bar looks exactly like it always has. Only one thing changed. There's less inside. 100 grams before, 90 after. Same package. Would you have caught it? Be honest. That's exactly what manufacturers are betting on, and they win that bet almost every time. There's a name for this trick, shrinkflation, and your brain has a built-in blind spot, and this trick exploits it perfectly. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how the trick works, and the one tool that lets you see through it instantly. Ben does his weekly grocery run, same as always. Same store, same brands, same cart, just as full. At checkout, he thinks, fine, about the same as last month. At home, something feels off. The bag of chips feels lighter, the body wash runs out faster, and the chocolate, is it thinner? He checks the packages, and there it is, 150 grams where there used to be 250. 400 instead of 500, 90 instead of 100. The price? Same as before, or even higher. The most brazen one, same size bag, price up, 40% less inside. Bottom line? More than 120% more per 100 grams. More than double. For the same product. And nobody saw it at the register. This is not the inflation that yells at you. This is the kind that sneaks up on you. Why don't you notice? Because your eye has a systematic design flaw. Researchers have measured it. We misjudge sizes dramatically, and we do it in a pattern. If a package shrinks in only one direction, say just the height, you spot it immediately. But if it shrinks in all three directions at once, a little narrower, a little shorter, a little flatter, then your eye is blind. Here's the math behind it, and it's nasty. To make 20% of what's inside disappear, each side only has to get 7% shorter. 7% per side. Nobody sees that. Manufacturers know this. That's why packages usually don't shrink in one direction. They shrink in all three. And your brain goes, looks the same as always, we're good. It gets worse. Your brain treats price and quantity completely differently. The price is like an alarm system. When it goes up, your sirens go off. You compare, you get annoyed, you grab the other brand. The quantity? That's printed small, way down in the corner, and your brain sleeps right through it. Researchers analyzed years of purchase data for a perfectly ordinary product, ice cream. The result? Shoppers reacted about 4 times as strongly to price increases as to shrunken packages. 4 times. Same money, same loss, but only one of them ever stings. And now you know which route manufacturers take. It gets even more absurd. On some shelves, the big size costs more per unit than the small one. That only works because almost nobody does the math. Bigger is obviously cheaper, says your sleeping brain. So what happens when a manufacturer breaks the rule? When the product shrinks visibly? 2016, Great Britain. A chocolate classic with triangular peaks. The maker wanted to cut costs, but instead of shrinking the bar in 3 dimensions, they made the gaps between the peaks wider. 2 peaks, gone. Package, same length. 400 grams became 360. And everybody saw it. The internet exploded. It made headlines. A member of parliament demanded, in all seriousness, that the government step in. Over chocolate. Some people even blamed Brexit. 2 years later, the maker caved. The old shape came back. Notice something? Consumer watchdogs count over 100 quietly shrunken products in a single year. 0 outrage. 1 shrinks visibly. National uproar. Researchers have measured exactly that. A hidden shrink outrages us more than an honest price hike, but only if we catch it. Because it feels like we've been cheated. It's not paying more that makes us angry. It's the sneaking. That leaves two excuses you've definitely heard. Excuse 1. The air in the chip bag has to be there. It's a protective atmosphere. True, half true. The gas really does protect the chips from crumbling and from going stale, but consumer watchdogs have actually X-rayed bags. Depending on who measured, on average, roughly 40 to 50% air. The worst cases, up to 90%. 90% air is not a protective atmosphere anymore. That's a balloon with a side of chips. Excuse 2 usually comes from smart people. Official inflation doesn't even capture this. Sounds logical, but it's wrong. Germany's statistics office counts shrunken packages as exactly what they are: price increases, in writing. Britain's went a step further and ran a whole study on it, so the statistics see through the trick, on paper at least. Only one player stays blind, you at the register. And that's exactly who it was built for. Here's how you fight back. 3 moves. None takes longer than 5 seconds. Tool 1. The unit price glance. On every shelf label, in small print, you'll find the price per pound, per ounce, or per liter. That is the only price that cannot lie. In lots of places, it's even required by law, and has been for decades. Compare that and nothing else. Not the package, not the big number on the front. Studies show shoppers who systematically compare unit prices spend measurably less. Tool 2. The redesign radar. If a package says new look, new recipe, or now even creamier, flip it over and check the weight. Those exact words are where shrinkage loves to hide. Tool 3. The shame list. Consumer watchdogs keep public lists of shrunken products. In Germany, they even crown a rip-off package of the year. You can look products up and report your own finds. And things are starting to change. In Austria, as of this spring, big supermarkets are required by law to warn you when a package shrinks while the price goes up, in black and white, right on the shelf. France has been doing it even longer. Most other countries, still debating. Until then, your unit price glance is your personal warning label. Take 3 things away from this video. 1. Packages shrink in 3 dimensions because your eye can't see it. 7% per side, 20% less inside. 2. Your brain guards the price and sleeps through the quantity. The whole trick is built on that. 3. The unit price is the only honest price in the store. 1 glance, 5 seconds, done. Now it's your turn. Which package tricked you last? Drop it in the comments. Let's see who's got the most shameless find. If this video was worth your time, subscribing costs nothing, and it doesn't shrink either. Next time, we'll look at why you only ever see winners, successful founders, rich investors, happy traders, and why that's exactly what costs you money. The losers? You never see them, and that's no accident. Until then, keep your eyes open, especially at the grocery store.